श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जाय। नित्यालल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शुतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्यालल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शुतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्यालल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शुतर शत शिशुमार भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शुतर शुत शिशुमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्ट महाभागवत श्री गोरक्षरस बाबूजी महाराज की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्ट श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानुवर्य गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम जय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि गो। हरे कृष्ण तंदव प्रणाम शुभानंद प्रभु हरि गो। Okay, let's start the Mangala Charana. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave namaha. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Avatirno sakarunyo parichinno sarishvaro Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanando dvau bhrataro bhaje. Namastrikala satyaya Jagannatha sudaya cha sabhrityaya saputraya sakalatraya te namaha. Jai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Lakshmi Kanta Jai Jai Nityananda Vallabha Ekanta Jai Jai Vaikunta Ishwar Nyasi Raj Jai Jai Jaya Bhakata Samaj Jai Jai Patita Pavana Gora Chandra Dana Deha Hridaye Tomar Pada Dvandva Sheshakhanda Katha Bhai Shuno Ekachite Nīlācale Gaura Chandra Aila Jemate Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Eti Vegyaya Devi Tvam Gnayamam Charanantikam Bhaktya Vihina Aparadha Lakshai Kshiptashtakama Kripa Maitvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanaravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The glories of Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata and Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur. Ore mura lok shuno Chaitanya Mangal. Chaitanya Mahima. Oops, sorry. Chaitanya Mahima Jate Jani Beshakal. Krishna Lila Bhagavate Kohe Ved Vyas. Chaitanya Lilar Vyas Vrindavana Das. Vrindavana Dasa Koilo Chaitanya Mangal. Jahara Shavane Nashe Sarvaya Mangal. Chaitanya Nitāy, sorry, Chaitanya Nitāy Jate Jani Mahima. Jate Jani Krishna Bhakti Siddhanter Sima. Bhagavate Jata Bhakti Siddhanter Sar. Likhiya chen iha jani koriya udhar. Chaitanya Mangala Shune Jadi Pashandi Jaban. Sheho Mahavaishnava Hoy Totokon. Manushe Rachite Nare Aiche Granta Dhanya. Vrindavana Dasa Mukhe Bhakta Shri Chaitanya. Vrindavana Dasa Pore Koti Namaskar. Aiche Granta Korite Ho Tarila Sangsar. Narayani Chaitanyar Uchishta Bhajan. Tar Garbe Janmila Shidasa Vrindavan. Tar ki Arbhuta Chaitanya Charita Varnan. Jahara Shravane Shuddha Koilo Tribhuvan. Shahaje Vichitra Madhur Chaitanya Vihar. Vrindavana Dasa Mukhe Amrite Dhar. By nature, all the activities of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu are very wonderful and sweet. And when they're described by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, they become like a shower of nectar. Jai Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada's Gaudiya Bhashya ki Jai. Jai Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata ki Jai. Śrī Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai. Śrīman Nityānanda Prabhu ki Jai. Swaparshad Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Śrī Nitāy Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. Shubhananta Prabhu, Raseshwari Mataji, Rasa Priya Didi, and whoever else is watching in the future. Dandavat Pranams. So today this chapter is, well, I haven't read Chaitanya Bhagavat like all the way through for a long time, but from my memory, this was one of my favorite chapters. Of all the chapters in Chaitanya Bhagavat, this is one of my favorites. I wouldn't say it's my very favorite, but it's one of my favorites. Because, yeah, that Mahaprakash chapter is also, so many were just, yeah, I mean, you can't really compare them, but anyhow, this chapter is, I just really like this one because it shows the relationship between Nityananda Prabhu and Gadādhara Pandit. And it's just like a really sweet, anyways, well, I don't need to explain it. We're going to read it now. This reading we have 6,500 words to get through. Usually we read about 5,500 words, so we have an extra 1,000 words. So I'm not gonna read any summary or anything. I'm just gonna jump straight into the reading, and we'll finish on time if I do that. So let's begin, and we can read summaries tomorrow. Now it's just gonna be straight into the chapter. Okay. So Antya-khaṇḍa of Caitanya-bhāgavata, chapter 7. Pastimes and Śrī Gadādhara's garden. Jai Jai Śrī Vaikuṇṭha-nātha Gaurachandra. Jai Jai Śrī Seva Vigraha Nityānanda. All glories to Śrī Gaurachandra, the Lord of Vaikuṇṭha. All glories to Śrī Nityānanda, the personification of the Lord's service. Gaudiya Bhashya. The phrase Śrī Seva Vigraha is explained as follows. Śrī Baladev Prabhu serves the Lord by assuming 10 different forms. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu serves Lord Gaurasundara by enacting the pastimes of distributing love of God. That is why he is Śrī Gauraseva Vigraha, the personification of Gaura service. Jai. Gaudiya Bhashta Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Okay, so Baladev Prabhu or Nityananda, Baladev Prabhu serves in 10 different ways, and in his form as Nityananda Prabhu, he serves in the form of distributing love of God. Okay. Jai Jai Advaita Shivas Priya Dham, Jai Gadādhara Śrī Jagannātha Pran. All glories to the object of Śrī Advaita and Shrivasa's love. All glories to the life and soul of Gadādhara and Śrī Jagannātha. Jai Shri Paramananda Purir Jivan, Jai Shri Damodar Swaruper, Jai Shri Damodar Swaruper Pranadhan. All glories to the life and soul of Paramananda Puri. All glories to the treasure of Sarup Damodar's life. Jai Vakreshwar Panditer Priyakari, Jai Pundarika Vidyanidhi Manohari. All glories to the benefactor of Vakreshwar Pandit. All glories to the enchanter of Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Jai Jai Dwarapala Govinder Nath, Jiva Prati Koro Prabhu Shubha Drishtipat. All glories to the Lord of Govinda, the doorkeeper. O Lord, please glance mercifully on the living entities. Gaudiya Bhashya. Govinda used to protect Gaurasundara, therefore he is called Dwarapal, the doorkeeper. Henomate Nityananda Navadvīpa. And this, with these, I always love these verses where it shows Mahaprabhu, but like glorifying Mahaprabhu, but through his devotees. Because each devotee has a completely unique relationship with Mahaprabhu. And so, and Mahaprabhu, and the Lord always manifests himself in different ways according to the love of his devotees. So these are all different aspects of Mahaprabhu, different manifestations of Mahaprabhu, right? Yeah. Heno mate Nityananda Navadvīpa Pure, Viharene Prem Bhakti Ananda Sagare. In this way, Nityananda enjoyed in the ocean of ecstatic love of God while staying in Navadvīpa. Yeah, for probably, I don't know how many days now, probably over a week. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, definitely over a week. We've been reading every day the glories of Nityananda Prabhu. And so, and how all the different places he went to, all his associates, and then finally he went to Navadvīpa to see Shachi Mata, and he settled there. And so, yeah. Niravadi Bhakta Shange Koren Kirtan, Krishna Nritya Gita Hoilo Savar Bhajan. Lord Nityananda would constantly engage in Sankirtan along with his devotees. Indeed, chanting and dancing in glorification of Krishna became their only occupation. The song for Srivas Pandit, what is it? Krishna Kirtana Jar Kaj. His only work was Krishna Kirtan, his only engagement. Gopa Shishu Gana Shange Prati Ghare Ghare, Jeno Krira Korilen Gokul Nagare. Shri Mata Gokuler Ananda Prakashi, Kirtan Koren Nityananda Suvilasi. As Nityananda previously sported house to house with the cowherd boys in Gokul, he manifested those blissful Gokul pastimes while performing kirtan. Ichamoy Nityananda Chandra Bhagavan, Gaura Chandra Dekhite, Hoilo Ichatan. The supremely independent Lord Nityananda once desired to see Gaura Chandra. Aistane hoilen santoshe vidai, Nīlācale cholilen Chaitanya ichai. Taking permission from Mother Shachi, he departed for Nīlācala by the will of Śrī Caitanya. Paramavivala parishad sab sange, ailen Śrī Caitanya nama guna range. He became overwhelmed as he chanted Lord Chaitanya's names and qualities while traveling on the path to Nīlācala with his associates. Hunkar garjana nritya ananda krandan, niravadi kore shab parishad gan. His associates would constantly roar, shout loudly, dance, and cry in ecstasy. E mata sarvapat premananda rase, ailen Nīlācale kote kadivase. Passing the entire journey absorbed in love of Krishna, they arrived at Nīlācala after some days. Kamala purete asi prasada dekhiya, porilen Nityananda murchita hoya. Arriving at Kamalapur, Nityananda fell unconscious upon seeing the temple of Lord Jagannātha. What does prasad mean? One second, I just want to look this up. Prasad. Okay, so a prasad means palace, royal mansion, castle, chateau, and edifice. Okay. So palace, royal mansion. Arriving at Kamalapur, upon seeing the temple prasad, then Nityananda fell unconscious. He fell unconscious just seeing the temple, seeing that prasad. New word for me. Okay. Niravadi nayane vahoy prem dhar, Shri Krishna Chaitanya boli koren hunkar. Constant tears flowed from his eyes, and he loudly roared, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Asiyaro hila eko pushper udyane, ke bhujhe tahar icha Shri Caitanya vine. Nityananda came and stayed in one flower garden. Who can understand his desire other than Śrī Caitanya? Hare Krishna Gopal Gana Shamprabhu. Nityananda Vijay Janiya Gaura Chandra, Ekeshwar Ailen Chari Bhakta Vrinda. Understanding that Nityananda had arrived, Śrī Gaurachandra left his devotees and went there alone. Dhyananande je khane achen Nityananda, she sthane vijay korila Gaurachandra. Śrī Gaurachandra arrived there as Nityananda was sitting absorbed in transcendental bliss. Prabhu asi dekhe Nityananda dhyana par, pradakshina korite lagila bahutar. When the Lord saw Nityananda sitting in meditation, he began to repeatedly circumambulate him. He had his chance because Nityananda was in meditation. He wouldn't notice because Nityananda probably wouldn't allow that. Shlok bandhe Nityananda mahima varniya, pradakshina kore prabhu prem purna hoya. The Lord was filled with love, and as he circumambulated Nityananda, he recited a verse describing his glories. Shri Mukher Shloka Shuno Nityananda Stuti, Jai Shlok Shunile Hoy Nityanande Mati. Please hear the verse describing Nityananda's glories that Śrī Caitanya recited. By hearing this verse, one's mind will be attracted to Nityananda. Ooh, what is this verse? Okay. Oh, I think we saw this verse before also, didn't we? Yeah, we did. It was in the previous chapter. So this is a verse composed, I guess, by Śrī Caitanya about Nityananda Prabhu. Okay, goes. Grihniyad yavani panim vished vasho nida. Sorry, vished vasho kalayam Tatapi Brahmano Vandyang Nityananda Padam Pujam. Let's say it one more time. Grihni Yavani Pane Vishedvashondikalayam Tatapi Brahmano Vandyam Nityananda Padam Pujam. Whether Śrī Nityananda accepts the hand of an outcast woman or enters a liquor shop, his lotus feet are still worshipable by even Brahma. Modira Yavani Jadi. Oh, and it's saying, yeah. Okay, yeah. Modira Javani Jadi Dhore Nityananda Tathapi Brahmar Vandya Bole Gaurachandra. Gaurachandra said, if Nityananda enters a liquor shop or accepts the hand of an outcast woman, he is still worshipable by even Brahma. Haribol Kishore Prabhu. Jai Nitai. Gaudiya Bhashya. By drinking wine, human beings lose their sense of discrimination. By consuming intoxicants, sinful people bring about their own degradation. To associate with an outcast woman devoid of good behavior is most sinful. Brahma is the origin of all demigods and is worshipable. As on one side, a most sinful person is degraded, Brahma on the other side is worshipable by all. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu and Śrī Guru Vaishnav, who are none different from Śrī Nityananda, are so worshipable by all that even though external vision cheated by Maya, they are even through external vision cheated by Maya, they are found to be engaged in extremely abominable activities. They always remain superior to everyone and respectable to all. It is a great offense to consider through external vision that they are polluted by sin. Ehi shloka pori prabhu prema vrishti kori Nityananda pradakkhina kore Gaura Hari. Gaur Hari produced a shower of ecstatic love of God as he recited this verse and circumambulated Nityananda. Prema vrishti koriya. Nityananda swarupo janiya she khane uthilen hari boli parama sambhrame. At that moment, Nityananda got up with great reverence while chanting Hari Hari. Dekhi Nityananda Gora Chandrer Vadan Ki Ananda Hoilo Taha Na Jai Barnan. The happiness that Nityananda felt by seeing the face of Śrī Gaurachandra is difficult to describe. Hari Boli Singhanar Lagila Korite Premananda Achara Poren Prithivite. Nityananda roared like a lion. He chanted the name of Hari and fell forcefully to the ground in ecstatic love of God. Tui jan pradakkhina kore duhakare duhe dandavata hoy poren duhare. The two lords then circumambulated each other and offered obeisances to each other. How do you circumambulate each other? It sounds like just going around in a circle. Like, okay. Khane dui prabhu kore prem alingan. Khane Gadādhari kore ananda krandan. One moment they embraced with love, and the next moment they cried as they held each other's neck. Khane para nande gori jai dui jan. Mahamatta Singhajini Tuhar Garjan. In another moment, the two rolled on the ground in transcendental happiness and roared louder than maddened lions. Ki arbuta priti she korendui jane purve jeno shuniyachi Shri Rama Lakshmane. The wonderful reciprocation of love between the two was like that previously found between Ram and Lakshman. Dui jane shloka puri varnen duhare. Duhare duhe joda haste namaskare. They both recited verses glorifying the other, and then they offered obeisances with folded hands to each other. Ashru kampa hasya murcha pulaka vaivarnya Krishna bhakti vikarer jata ache marma. Shedding tears, shivering, laughing, losing consciousness, hair standing on end, changing of bodily color, and other bodily transformations produced by devotional service to Krishna were fully manifest in those two lords. Iha boy dui shive grahe arnai, shabe kore korayen Chaitanya Goshai. Those symptoms were found only in the bodies of those two lords. Lord Chaitanya personally manifested such symptoms and also manifested them in others. Ki arbuta prem bhakti hoilo prakash nayana bhoriya dekhe jai ekanta das. Such wonderful, ecstatic devotional love is seen by an unalloyed servant of the Lord to his full satisfaction. Gaudiya Bhashya. The phrase ekanta das, or unalloyed servants, refers to those who do not have and never will have separate interests. Many business-minded people with incomplete vision oppose the eternal master-servant relationship. Their service is hardly unalloyed. Their deceitful display of opportunistic service is a manifestation of cheating, not of pure devotional service. Living entities averse to the service of the Lord exhibit samples of samples of eternal service for as long as it suits their desires. But the moment their sense gratification is disturbed, they immediately give up service and began to harass and rebel against their master by posing themselves as masters. Tabe koto khane Prabhu jora hasta kori Nityānanda pratistuti kore Gaurahari. After some time, Gaurahari folded his hands and began to offer prayers to Nityananda. Nam rupe tumi Nityananda murti manta, Shri Vaishnava dhama tumi Ishvar ananta. Okay, so now before Mahaprabhu was just glorifying Nityananda, but now he's actually offering direct prayers to Nityananda. Nama rupe tumi Nityananda murti manta, Shri Vaishnava dhama tumi Ishvar ananta. O Nityananda, you are the personified form of the holy name and the form of eternal bliss. You are the abode of all the Vaishnavas, and you yourself are Lord Ananta. Gaudiya Bhashya. Nityananda Prabhu is Ananta, the supreme controller and the origin of all Vaishnavas. He is the personification of his holy name and form. Temporary, mundane names and forms are subordinate objects. In the Gopal Tapani Upanishad 144, it is stated, Param Brahma Krishnatmako Nityanandaika Rupaha. He is the supreme Brahman. He is the expansion of Krishna, and he is the form of eternal bliss. In the Niralamba Shruti, it is stated, Nityanandanam akhandaika rasam advitiyam. He is eternally blissful. He is the source of all relishable relationships, and he is one without a second. In the Mundaka Upanishad 3.2.1, it is stated, Sa vedaitat paramam brahmadhama yatra vishvam nihitam bhati shubhram. A learned transcendentalist knows Lord Ananta, the superintending deity of the spiritual world and the personification of the Sandhini energy, in whom both the material and spiritual worlds rest. I'm going to stand up just because I'm not falling asleep yet, but I feel it coming. In the Brahma Samhita 5.2, it is stated, Sahasra Patra Kamalam Gokulakyam Mahatpadam Tat Karnikaram Tad Dhama Tad Anantang Sambhavam. 1 second. Just... Oh, and I'm just seeing Rukmini, Haribo Rukmini Didi, just seeing her comment. She said, oh, I had read that Nityananda Prabhu is the holy name personified from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and didn't realize it was already in Caitanya-bhāgavata in Godrum Kalpatavi. Kalpatavi. Oh, who is telling me about that book? A friend of mine was telling me about this book. Oh, it was Marumangal. He's telling me about Godrum Kalpatavi. I want to see that book. It talks about the whole business plan, all the economics and everything with the Namhatta, right? Yeah. If you have a good PDF of that book, could you share it with me, Rukmini Didi? But yeah, very neat to know that's actually from Chaitanya Bhagavat. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur is mentioning that point as well. Okay. So in the Brahma Samhita 5.2, it is stated, Sahasrapatta Kamalam Gokulakyam Mahatpadam Tat Karnikaram Tad Dhamma Tad Anantangsha Sambhavam. The super excellent station of Krishna, which is known as Gokul, has thousands of petals and a what's that? Corolla, like that of a lotus, spread from a part of his infinitary aspect. The whirl of the leaves being the actual abode of Krishna. A corolla. Anyways, it's that those are the petals of a flower, especially forming a whorl within the sepals and enclosing the reproductive organs. Okay, so like the whorl of a flower. Okay. So Mahaprabhu said, "Oh Nityananda, you are the personified form of the holy name and the form of eternal bliss. Nam rupe tumi Nityananda murtimanta. You are the abode of all the Vaishnavas, and you yourself are Lord Ananta. Jata kichu tomar shi anger alankar, satya 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 bhakti yoga avatar." All the ornaments decorating your transcendental body are incarnations of devotional service to Lord Krishna. This is the truth, the truth, the truth. Satya, satya, satya. Wow, that's interesting, huh? We were reading very beautiful descriptions, like very extremely detailed descriptions of every single ornament that Nityananda was wearing. It says, Jata kichu tomar shi anger alankar, Satya 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 Bhakti Yoga Avatar. All the alankars, all the ornaments are Bhakti Yoga Avatar. They are incarnations of devotional service. Bhakti Yoga Avatar. Huh. Interesting verse, huh? So there's more to those ornaments that we were reading about the other day than just, beautiful ornaments. They were actually Bhakti descended to this world. Swarna Mukta Hira Kasa Rudrakshadi Rupe Navavidha Bhakti Dhori Yacho Nija Sukhe. You take pleasure decorating yourself with the 9 processes of devotional service. You take pleasure decorating yourself with the 9 processes of devotional service in the form of ornaments bedecked with gold, pearls, diamonds, and rudraksha. Gaudiya Bhasha. The word kasha means bedecked or set with. Nicha jati patita adham jata jan, toma hoite hoilo ebe sabar mochan. All the fallen, wretched, low-born living entities will now be delivered by your mercy. Gaudiya Bhasha. The spiritual master removes the stigma of his disciples' low birth resulting from past activities. He also frees him from misdirected learning and fallen conditions. He does not sit idly. He does not sit idly as a pure and most exalted personality while leaving his disciple fallen, wretched, and low class. Nityananda Prabhu delivers all living entities from the conceptions of piety and impiety, and superiority and inferiority based on caste. Yeah, superiority and inferiority based on caste, by giving them the science of self-realization. This is a nice verse, huh? Nice Gaudiya Bhashya. The spiritual master is always active in trying to deliver all the fallen jivas. It's never just sits idly. It's not just some nice person that's like, no. Jai bhakti diyacho tumi vanek sabare, taha banche sura siddha muni yogeshware. The devotional service that you have given to the mercantile community is desired by the demigods, sages, perfect mystics, and great yogis. Gaudiya Bhashya. The service propensity that you have given to the fortunate bankers and gold merchants, who are socially classified as inferior, is desired by the demigods, perfect mystics, and great sages, who are all free from the desire to enjoy the external world. But those who have taken birth in the mercantile community and think that they have attained devotional service in spite of committing offenses at the lotus feet of Nityananda by opposing the devotees in the devotional service of the Lord are understood to be bereft of devotional service. They are unqualified to achieve the mercy of the spiritual master who is none different from Nityananda. Swatantra koriya vede je Krishna re koi, heno Krishna paratumi korite vikray. You are able to sell Krishna, who is proclaimed as fully independent in the Vedas. Gaudiya Bhashya. The Supreme Lord is not dependent on anyone, but Śrī Nityānanda has taken control of him by serving Krishna. Śrī Krishna is certainly the property of Śrī Nityānanda. Tomar mahima jani bare shakti kar, murti manta tumi Krishna rasa avatar. Who has the power to know your glories? You are the personification of the transcendental mellows of love for Krishna. Gaudiya Bhashya. Śrī Nityānanda is the personification of the transcendental mellows of love for Krishna. As the Ashray Vigraha, or the manifestation or form of the Lord of whom one must take shelter, he enhances the 5 types of ras and relationship with Krishna. Bahya nahi jana tumi sankirtana shukhe, aharnisha Krishna gun tomar Shri Mukhe. You have forgotten the external world and are engaged day and night in glorifying the qualities of Lord Krishna. Krishna Chandra tomar hridaye nirantar, tomar vigraha Krishna vilaser ghar. Krishna Chandra always resides in your heart. Thus, your body is the abode of Krishna's pastimes. Gaudiya Bhashya. The body of Śrī Nityānanda is the shelter of Krishna's pastimes. And that's true in every sense. Nityananda manifests himself as the Dham. Nityananda manifests Balaram, manifests himself as Sri Vrindavan Dham. All the trees, creepers, everything in Vrindavan is a manifestation of Baladev, where Krishna performs his pastimes. So the body also of Nityananda is the shelter of Krishna's pastimes. Atayeva tomare je jane priti kore, satya satya Krishna kabu na charibe tare. Therefore, it is certainly true that Krishna will never leave anyone who becomes attached to you. That's why we need Nityananda's Shakti, the Sandhini Shakti, to manifest in our hearts so that Krishna's pastimes can take place in our hearts as well. Krishna only performs his pastimes on the platform of Nityananda, like the Adhara Shakti, right? He's a receptacle where Radha and Krishna can enter. Tabe koto khane Nityananda Mahashaya bolite lagila ati koriya vinay. Thereafter, Lord Nityananda humbly spoke to the Lord as follows. Okay, here's Nityananda Prabhu's response. Prabhu hoy tumi je amare koro stuti, e tomar vatsalya bhaktir prati ati. Although you are the Lord, you offer prayers to me. This is proof of your affection for your devotees. Pradakshina koro kiba koro namaskar, kiba maro kiba rakho jai icha tomar. You may circumambulate me, offer obeisances to me, kill me, or protect me according to your own will. Kaun va bhaktavya prabhu ache tomastane, kiba nahi dekho tumi divya darashane. O Lord, what can I say to you? You see everything through your transcendental eyes. Mana pran sabar Ishwar Prabhu tumi je koraho she rupa kori ami. You are the Lord and life of all beings. I do whatever you make me do. Apane more tumi danda dhoraila, apane ghuchaiya e rupa korila. You induced me to accept the danda, and then you yourself made me reject it. Tar khadu betra vangshi shinga chandar dori, iha dori laya ami muni dharmachari. I gave up the duties of a mendicant and accepted bracelets, anklets, a stick, a flute, a buffalo horn, and a rope. Gaudiya Bhashya. To nourish the variegated pastimes of the Supreme Lord, Śrī Nityānanda accepted a danda. Yet Śrī Gaurasundara made him give up that danda. He thus gave up the principles of an ascetic and accepted the necessary ingredients for serving Krishna. I'm just moving this chair out of the way. Acharyadi tomar jatik priyagan, sabare dilatapa bhakti acharan. You have taught the principles of austerity and devotional service to Advaita Acharya. You have taught the principles of austerity, tapa, and bhakti, and devotional service to Advaita Acharya and other associates. Muni dharma chadaiya je koile amare, vyavahari jane she shakale hasya kore. Yet you induced me to give up the duties of a mendicant and made me an object of laughter for the common people. Tomar nartaka ami na chao je rupe, she rupa nachi ami tomar kotuke. I am only a dancer in your hands. I dance for your pleasure as you wish. Nigraha ki anugraha tumi she praman, vrikha dware koro tumi tomar she naam. You alone can bestow mercy or neglect. The proof is that you have induced even trees to chant your name. Gaudiya Bhashya. Nityananda said, only you are qualified to display mercy or neglect. Not to only human beings, even lower species like plants are eligible to attain your mercy and the service of the Supreme Lord if the holy name of Krishna is chanted. Then even living entities whose consciousness is undeveloped can attain benefit. Prabhu bole tomar je deho alankar, navavidha bhakti boy kichu nahe ar. The Lord replied, Mahaprabhu replied, the ornaments on your body are nothing but the 9 processes of devotional service. So these ornaments that Nityananda was wearing is very special. They are Navavidha Bhakti, the 9 processes of devotional service. Shravana Kirtana Smaranadi Namaskar, Eshe Tomar Sarva Kala Alankar. Your body is eternally decorated with ornaments like hearing, chanting, remembering, and offering obeisances. Naga Vibhushana Jeno Dhoren Shankare, Taha nahi sarva jane buji bhare pare. Yet people cannot understand this, just as they do not understand why Shankar decorates his body with a serpent. Paramarte Mahadev Ananta Jivan, Naga Chale Ananta Dhoren Sarva Khan. Actually, Mahadev accepts Ananta as his life and soul. He therefore keeps Ananta in the form of a serpent wrapped around his neck. Na bhujiya nindetan charitra agada jatika nindaye tar hoy karja badha. People without understanding his unfathomable characteristics criticize him, and as a result, their progress is checked. Muito tomar ange bhakti rasa bine, anya nahi dekho kabu kai bhakya mane. I do not see anything in your transcendental body, mind, and speech other than the mellows of devotional service. Gaudiya Bhashya. Śrī Gaurasundara said that he could not see anything other than the mellows of devotional service in the limbs of Nityananda. The 9 types of devotional service are the ornaments of his body. The body, mind, and speech of Nityananda are always engaged in the service of Krishna. Gaurasundara did not see anything other than this. Nanda Goshti Rase Tumi Vrindavana Sukhe Doriacho Alankar Apana Kotuke. For your own pleasure, you have willingly accepted the transcendental mellows relished by the Vaishnavas as your ornaments. Gaudiya Bhashya. Nityananda decorated his body with the ornaments of the transcendental mellows that are always found in the associates of Sri Vrajendranandan in Vrindavan. The phrase Nanda Goshti refers to the Vrajavasis situated in the various rasas. Iha deki je sukriti chitte pai sukh, she avashya dekhive Krishner Shrimukh. A fortunate person who takes pleasure hearing these topics will certainly see Krishna's beautiful face. Vetravankshi Shinga Gunja Hara Malya Gandha Sarvakala Erupa Tomar Shri Anga. You are always adorned with a stick, flute, buffalo horn, gunja necklace, flower garland, and sandalwood pulp. Jatika balaka dekhi tomar sanghati Shri Dama Sudam Prai Loy. Shri Dama Sudama Prai Loy Mormati. The boys who associate with you remind me of Sridham and Sudama. Vrindavana Kridar Jatik Shishugan Shakala Tomar Shange Loy Morman. Therefore, I think that all your associates are boys who used to play with you in Vrindavan. She Bhav, She Kanti, She Shab Shakti, Sarva Dehe Dekhi, She Nanda Goshti Bhakti. I see in your body the sentiments, beauty, and potencies manifested in the devotional service of the residents of Vrindavan. Eteke je tomare, tomar seva kere, priti kore satya satya she kore amare. Therefore, whoever loves you or your servants factually loves me. Swanubhava nande dui mukunda ananta ki rupe ki kohesh ke jani botar anta. Who can fully understand what Mukunda and Ananta spoke in their own ecstatic mood? Koto kone dui prabhu bahya prakashiya boshilen nibrite pushper bane giya. When after some time the 2 lords regained their external consciousness, they went and sat in a secluded place within the flower garden. Ishvare Parameshvare hoy loki katha Vede she ihar tattva janen sarvata. The conversation that took place between the 2 lords is known only to the Vedas. And Rup Manjari Didi made the point. Those 9 processes are also identified within the 9 dvipas, the 9 islands of Navadvīpa. Yes. Okay, so when after some time the 2 lords regained their external consciousness, they went and sat in a secluded place within the flower garden. The conversation that took place between the 2 lords is known only to the Vedas. Nityanande Chaitanya Jokhone dekha hoy, pray ar keho nahi thake she shamoy. Whenever Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda met each other, there was usually no one else around. Hi koren ananda vigraha dui jan, Chaitanya ichai keho na thake tokon. Therefore, by the desire of Lord Chaitanya, the activities of these two lords, who are the personifications of the ecstasy, are not known to anyone else. Nityananda Swarup O Prabhu Icha Jani, Ekante She Ashiya Dekhen Nyasi Mani. Knowing the desire of Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda Swarup would always meet him alone. Ekante. Apanare Jeno Prabhu na koren vyakta, e mata lukayen Nityananda Tattva. As the Lord did not reveal his own identity, he also concealed the glories of Nityananda. Shukomal Durvigya Ishvar Hridoy, Ved Shastre Brahma Shiva Shab Ekoi. The heart of the Supreme Lord is very soft, Sukomal, and difficult to understand, Durvigya. This is confirmed in the Vedic literatures by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. So now here's some evidence. Gaudiya Bhashya. In the Uttar Ramcharitra 323, it is stated, oh, this is a famous verse. I didn't know the source of it though, but this is used all the time in reference to various acharyas. Vajrad api katorani mriduni kusamarapi lokatarana chetangsi kohi vigyatum ishvara. I also never saw the two last verses. These two first lines are quoted all the time. The hearts of those above common behavior are sometimes harder than a thunderbolt and sometimes softer than a flower. How can one accommodate such contradictions in great personalities? Na bhuji na jani matra shabe ga sai. Na bhuji na jani matra sabe gai gatha Lakshmiro e shevakya anyer ki katha. Oh, Haribol Champak Mataji. People who chant the glories of the Lord admit that they do not know or understand his heart. Even Lakshmi says like this. So what to speak of others? E mata bhavarange Chaitanya Goshai, e katha na kohen ekajana time. In this way, Lord Chaitanya enjoyed ecstatic exchanges that he did not disclose to anyone. Enoshe taharanga shabe manen amar adhika prita karo na basen. Yet everyone thought, the Lord does not love anyone more than me. Everyone thought, amar adhik prita karo na basen. Amar she kohen shakal gopya katha. Muni dharma kori Krishna bhajibe sarvata. People say, the Lord does not love anyone more than me. He tells me all confidential topics, like follow the principles of a mendicant and always worship Krishna. Vetravankshi barha gunja mala chandar dari ihava dhoren kene muni dharmachari. Then he tells me to give up the principles of a mendicant and accept a stick, flute, peacock feather, gunjamala, and rope. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word barha means peacock feather. Barha pidam natta varavapuka. Like that, right? The phrase chanda dari refers to the rope used to bind the hind legs of a cow while milking. Keho bole bhakta naam jatik prakar vrindavane gopa krida adhik sabar. Some say the Lord's pastimes with the cowherd boys of Vrindavan are superior to his pastimes with all other devotees. Gaudiya Bhashya. The perfection of all types of devotees in devotional service is found in the exchanges between the transcendental residents of the transcendental abode of Vrindavan. Gopa Gopi Bhakti Shab Tapasyar Phal Jaha Vanche Brahma Shiva Ishvar Shaka. The devotion attained by the Gopas and Gopis of Vrindavan is the result of great austerities. That platform is desired by Brahma, Shiva, and other great personalities. Gaudiya Bhashya. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 10:12-11, it is stated, Itam satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasyam gatanam paradaivatena maya shitanam naradarakena sakam vijahru krita punya punja. In this way, all the cowherd boys used to play with Krishna, who is the source of the Brahman effulgence, for Gyanis desiring to merge into that effulgence, who is the supreme personality of Godhead for devotees who have accepted the eternal servitorship, and who, for ordinary persons, is but another ordinary child. The cowherd boys, having accumulated the results of pious activities for many lives, were able to associate in this way with the supreme personality of Godhead. How can one explain their great fortune? That's see Hari Bhakti Kalpa Latika 2 verses 16 to 18. Ati kripa patra she gokul bhava pai jay bhakti vanchen Prabhu Shri Uddhav Rai. Only a most fortunate person can achieve the mood of a resident of Gokul, a mood that is desired by Uddhav. Gaudiya Bhashya. See Srimad Bhagavatam 10:47-61. Here's a famous verse from Uddhav. Oh, and Shubhananda Prabhu, you said it's by Bhavabhuti, Uttar Ramcharit. Uttar Ramcharitra. Is that the verse Vajrad Apikatorani? Is that what you're referring to?
Yes,
I can
Prabhu,
see
yes.
it. Okay, cool. I never knew the source of it. Now I know. That's great. Okay, so only a most fortunate person can achieve the mood of a resident of Gokul, a mood that is desired by Uddhav. And now there's this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Uddhav says, Vande Nanda Vrajastrinam Padarenum Abhikshna Yasam Hari Kator Gitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam. Uddhav says, I repeatedly offer my respects to the dust from the feet of the women of Nanda Maharaja's cowherd village. When these gopis loudly chant the glories of Sri Krishna, the vibration purifies the three worlds. E mata jai Vaishnav koren vichar, sarvatra Śrī Gaurasundara koren svikar. In this way, whatever mood a Vaishnav develops is always accepted by Lord Gaurachandra. Anyone bajayen Ishwar ichai, henorangi Mahaprabhu Śrī Gauranga Rai. By the Lord's will, the devotees would sometimes engage in loving quarrels, and Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu would also enjoy taking part in such exchanges. Krishner kripay sabe anande vival, kokono baje ananda kandal. By Krishna's mercy, everyone was overwhelmed in transcendental happiness. Yet sometimes loving quarrels took place, even between Gaurachandra and Nityananda. Even they would fight. Ihate je eka ishwar. Sorry. Here's this verse. I don't even know how many times it's come up now. Probably like 5 or 6 times. But ihate je eka ishwarer pakka hoya. Anya ishwarer ninde she abhagya. Whoever takes the side of one Lord, criticizing the other Lord, is most unfortunate. I mean, this time it's mentioning Ishwar, but usually it's said Vaishnav. Yeah. Ishwarer abhinna shakal bhaktagan deher jeheno bahu anguli charan. Oh, it mentioned Ishwar here, but Ishwar, it's going to say, also refers to the devotees, right? Ishwarer abhinna shakal bhaktagan. All the devotees are non-different from the Lord, as the legs, fingers, and arms are non-different from the body. Deher jeheno pahu anguli charan. Wow. Gaudiya Bhashya. Although the Lord is one, the devotees are considered his bodily limbs and sublimbs. No one is independent. The concept of separation attributed to the living entities who are covered and thrown by the influence of Maya is removed when one sees things in proper perspective. When the activities of the limbs and sublimbs are in complete harmony with the owner of the limbs, there is no question of separation. Yet, for the sake of variety, they appear to be separate. The devotees of the Lord are inclined to the service of the Lord. They have no propensity for material enjoyment because they do not maintain the conception of separation from the Lord. I wonder where this verse is from. Anyways, there's a Sanskrit verse here now. Yatha puman nasvangeshu shira panyadishu kvachit parakya buddhim kurute evam bhuteshu matparaha. A person with average intelligence does not think the head and other parts of the body to be separate. Similarly, my devotee does not differentiate Vishnu, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, from anything or any living entity. In other words, he considers all living entities as simultaneously one with and different from the absolute truth. I just want to see where this verse is from. Let's open a new window. 1 second.
47, Prabhuji, 4753. That's it.
Oh, Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, thank you. Saved us some time. Thank you so much. Okay. Tatapiha sarva vaishnaver ekatha sabar Ishwar Krishna Chaitanya sarvata. Still, the Vaishnav's conclusion is that Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya is the supreme Lord of all. Niyanta palaka srashta durvigeya tattva sabe mili e mantra gayen mahatva. They glorify the Lord as the controller, maintainer, creator, and incomprehensible truth. Gaudiya Bhashya. In Madhvacharya's commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam 112, he quotes the Skanda Purana as follows: Utpati sthiti sanghara niyati jnanamakriti bandha moksho chapurushad yasmat sa harir ekarat. Lord Hari is the ultimate cause of the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the cosmic manifestation. One who knows this becomes liberated, and one who does not remains entangled. See Madhvacharya's commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm just going to say the chapters. Canto 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, and Canto 3, Chapter 2, as well as Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 16, Canto 10, Chapter 57, Canto 10, Chapter 63. And it gives the verse numbers here if you want to look any of this up. Avirbhav hoite che je sab sharire ta sabar anugrahe bhakti phal dhare. Devotional service is attained through the mercy of those in whose bodies the Supreme Lord manifests. Avirbhav hoite che je sab sharire ta sabar anugrahe bhakti phal dhare. Sarva gyat. 1 second, let me just see. Thank you, Gopal Ganesham Prabhu. Sarva gyata sarva shakti diyao apane aparade shasti o koren bhalo mane. Although the Lord awards all knowledge and strength, he nevertheless awards punishment to those who commit offenses. Iti madhe vishesha achay dui prati Nityananda advaitere na charen stuti. Yet Lord Chaitanya had special affection for Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya. He never hesitated to glorify them. Koti alokiko jadi e dui koren tatapiho Gaurachandra kichu na bolen. Even if those two violated social etiquette millions of times, Lord Gaurachandra would not say anything. E mata koto kon parananda kori avadhuta chandra sange Gauranga Shri Hari. In this way, Lord Gauranga and Avadhuta Chandra, Śrī Nityānanda, spent some time together in great ecstasy. Tabe Nityānanda stane, should be stane, right? Hoya vidai, Bashai Aila Prabhu Śrī Gauranga Rai. Then Lord Gauranga took leave of Nityananda and returned to his residence. Oh, I'm just looking at Rukmini Didi's comment. She said, Sri Madhvacharya's commentaries mentioned here can probably be found in the Gaudiya Bhashya. The Gaudiya Bhashya on Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. Oh yeah, and that's been published, right? Yeah. Okay. So then Lord Gaurachandra took leave of Nityananda and returned to his residence. Nityananda Swarupo Parama Harshamane Anande Chalila Jagannātha Darashane. Nityananda Swarup also happily departed to see Lord Jagannath. Nityananda Chaitanya Je Hoilo Darashan Ihar Shavane Sarva Bandha Vimochan. By hearing about this meeting between Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, one is freed from all bondage. Jagannatha dekhi matra Nityananda rai, Anandevi vala hoy gada gadi jai. When Lord Nityananda saw Lord Jagannath, he became overwhelmed in ecstasy and began rolling on the ground. Achara poren prabhu, prastar upare, shata jane dhorile o dhorite na pare. He fell on the stone floor with such force that 100 people could not break his fall. Jagannath Balaram Subhadra Sudarshan Shabadeki Nityananda Koren Krandan. Nityananda Prabhu shed tears while looking at Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, and Sudarshan. Sabar Golar Mala Brahmane Aniya. Sabar Golar Mala Brahmane Aniya. Puna Puna Den Shabe Prabhava Janiya. Understanding Nityananda's influence, the Brahmins garlanded him again and again with the Lord's garlands. Nityananda Dekhi Jata Jagannatha Das Sabar Janmilo Ati Parama Ulas. All the servants of Lord Jagannath became jubilant on seeing Nityananda. Jai Jananachine She Jigyase Karo Thai Shabe Kohe E Krishna Chaitanya Bhai. Anyone who didn't know Nityananda's identity inquired from others, who replied, he is the brother of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda Swarupo Sabare Kori Kole, Sinchila Sabar Anga Nayaner Jale. Lord Nityananda embraced everyone and soaked them with his tears. Tabe Jagannatha Heri Harsha Sarva Gane, Anande Chalila Gadādhara Darashane. Okay, now we finally come to the part when we're 3/4 in. Yeah, this is the part where that I was talking about. Tabe Jagannatha Heri Harsha Sarvagane Anande Chalila Gadādhara Darashane. After seeing Lord Jagannatha and his servants, Lord Nityananda happily went to meet Gadādhara Pandit. Yeah, I love these parts where it talks about Nityananda's relationship with Gadādhara Pandit. Listen to this. Nityananda Gadādhare je priti antare, taha kohi bare shakti, ishvare she dhare. The transcendental affection between Nityananda and Gadādhara can be described only by the Supreme Lord. Gadādhara bhavane mohan gopinath, achen jeheno nanda kumar shakshat. The son of Nanda Maharaj and the beautiful form of Gopinath resided in the house of Gadādhara. Gaudiya Bhashya. The deity of Śrī Gopīnātha, worshipped by Śrī Gadādhara Pandit, is still present in one Ṭoṭā, or garden, in Śrī Kshetra. This Yameshwar Ṭoṭā is situated southwest of Śrī Jagannath Temple on the sands of the ocean. See Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata, Madhya Lila, chapter 15, text 183. And here I have a picture of Ṭoṭā-gopīnātha right to my side here. Here, I'll hold it up. Here's Ṭoṭā-gopīnātha. Here's Gopinath and Srimati Radhika and Lalita Devi. Okay. When I was in Puri, I got to pick a bucket of Tulsi manjaris every day I did it for months, actually. I'd ride my bicycle there. And then, yeah, it's very, I think one of the most special, probably the most special place ever. I mean, can you think of something superior to the deity of Gopinath that Srimati Radhika herself, Gadādhara Pandit, worshipped? And that was, this Yameshwar Ṭoṭā is such, okay, sorry. Apane Chaitanya tane kori achen kole, ati pashandi oshe vigraha deki bhule. Lord Chaitanya once personally embraced that deity of Gopinath. Even atheists forget everything upon seeing that deity. Dekishi Murali Mukha, Anger Bhangima, Nityananda Ananda Ashur Nahi Sima. As Nityananda Prabhu looked at Gopinath's beautiful face, which was adorned with a flute, his tears of love could not be checked. Nityananda Vijay Janiya Gadādhara, Bhāgavata Pata Chari, Aila Satvar. When Gadādhara understood that Nityananda had arrived, he immediately left his recitation of Bhagavatam and came to receive him. Duhe matra dekhiya, duhar Shrivadan, Gadādhari lagilen korite krandan. Upon seeing each other, they embraced and began to cry. What a beautiful, beautiful sight. Duhe matra dekhiya, duhar Shrivadan, Gadādhari lagilen korite krandan. Anyone dui Prabhu kore namaskar, Anyone dohe bole mahima duhar. Oops. The two Prabhus then offered obeisances and glorified each other. Dohe bole aji hoilo lochana nirmal. Dohe bole aji hoilo jivana safal. They both exclaimed, "Today my eyes have become purified. Aji hoilo lochana nirmal. And my life has become successful. Aji hoilo jivan safal. Bahya gyan nahi dui prabhur sharire, dui prabhu bhase bhakti ananda sagare." They both lost external consciousness and floated in oceans of ecstatic love. Bhakti ananda sagare. Bhashe. Henoshe hoilo prema bhaktir prakash. Dekhi chaturdike podi kande sarvadas. When the devotees surrounding them saw their manifestation of ecstatic love, they began to cry. Henoshe hoilo prema bhaktir prakash, dekhi chaturdike podi kande sarvadas. Ki arbuta priti Nityananda Gadādhare, eker apriya are sambhasha na kore. What wonderful affection there is between Nityananda and Gadādhara. Ki adbhut priti. Neither of them would ever speak to anyone who is disliked by the other. Gadādhar dever sankalpa e rupa, Nityananda nindakir na dekhen mukh. This was the vow of Gadādhar. What was Gadādhar's vow? What was his sankalpa? His sankalpa was Nityananda nindakir na dekhen mukh. That he would never see the face of one who offends Nityananda. Nityananda swarupere priti jarnai, dekha ona den tare pandit koshai. Gadādhar Pandit would avoid being seen by anyone who had no love for Nityananda Sarup. Tabe dui prabhu sthir hoy ekasthane, boshilen Chaitanya Mangala Sankirtane. Thereafter, the two Prabhus became pacified and sat down to engage in Lord Chaitanya's auspicious Sankirtan. Jai Ho. Tabe Gadādhar Dev Nityananda Prati Nimantran Korilen Aji Bhikha Iti. Then Gadādhar said to Nityananda, he said, Aji Bhikha Iti, take your meal here today. Nityananda Gadādhar Bhikhar Karane, Ekaman Chaul Aniyachen Jatane. Nityananda had carefully brought one mound, that's 40 kilos. He brought 40 kilos of rice for Gadādhara to offer to Gopinath. Wow, all the way from Navadvīpa probably, right? 40 kilos of rice. That would be difficult to carry. I don't think they didn't have any kind of train system or anything like that. So that was carried very carefully. Jatani. Ati Shukshma Shukla Dev Jogya Sarvamate Gopinatha Lagi Ani Ache Gora Hoite. He had brought this very fine white rice fit to be offered to Gopinath from Bengal. Okay, it didn't mention Navadvīpa, but somewhere in Bengal, because get the best rice in Bengal, right? I don't know about that actually. Ar ekakhani vastra rangima sundar dui ani dila Gadādharer gochar. Along with the rice, he had brought a beautifully colored cloth for Gopinath. Gadādhar e tandul koriya randhan Śrī Gopīnātha tiya koriba bhojan. He said, "O Gadādhara, cook this rice, and after offering it to Gopinath, eat it." Tandul dekhiya hase Pandit Goshai, Nayane to emoto tandul dekhi nai. On seeing the rice, Pandit Gosai laughed and said, "I have never seen such rice before." E tandul Gosai ki Vaikunte thakiya, Jatne aniyachen Gopinath lagia. You must have brought this rice for Gopinath from Vaikunta. Lakshmi matra e tandul koren randhan, Krishna she ihar bhokta tabe bhaktagan. Lakshmi alone cooks such rice for Krishna to eat. The devotees then enjoy his remnants. Anande tandula prashangsen Gadādhar, Vastra loy gela Gopinath gochar. After joyfully glorifying the rice in this way, Gadādhar took the cloth for offering to Gopinath. Divya ranga vastra Gopinath Shri ange, dilen dekhiya shobha bhasen anande. Gadādhar decorated Gopinath with that beautifully colored cloth and floated in ecstasy on seeing the beauty of the Lord. Tabe randhaner karya korite lagila, apane totar shak tulite lagila. Gadādhar then made arrangements for cooking. He himself picked the shak from his compound. Apane totar shak tulite lagila. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word Ṭoṭā refers to a garden or a grove. So Ṭoṭā-gopīnātha means the garden of Gopinath. So actually, when you say Ṭoṭā-gopīnātha, you're not saying the name of the Thakurji, you're saying the name of the area where Gopinath is. It's the Gopinath's forest. Gopinath Ṭoṭā. Keho bone nahi daive hoyache shak. Tahatuli aniya korila ekapaka. No one had planted that shak. It grew there naturally. This shak was picked and cooked by Gadādhar. It's just like wild shak. Tentul vriksher jata patra sukomal, taha ani batitai dila lona jal. Gadādhar then picked soft, newly grown tamarind leaves, which he ground and mixed with salt water. Gaudiya Bhashya. The phrase lona jal refers to salty water from the ocean. Isn't that so interesting? He used ocean water. I'm sure the ocean during that time was very clean, not like it is now. Tar ek vyanjana korila amla nam, randhana korila Gadādhar bhagyavan. The fortunate Gadādhar then prepared a sour vegetable preparation with this. Okay, so with wild shak that was just growing that nobody planted, and with tamarind leaves ground and mixed with salt water. He made a special sour vegetable preparation with this. Gopīnātha agre niya bhoga lagila. Heno kale Gaurachandra asiya milila. As he offered the preparations to Gopinath, Śrī Gaurachandra arrives there. Prasanna Shri Mukhe Hare Krishna Krishna boli, Vijay hoila Gaurachandra kutuhali. Gaurachandra was joyfully chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra when he came. Gadādhara Gadādhara Dake Gaurachandra, Sambhrame Gadādhara Bandhe, Sambhrame Gadādhara Bandhe Pada Dvandva. Gaurachandra then called out, Gadādhara, Gadādhara. And Gadādhara quickly came and offered his obeisances to the Lord. Hasiya bolen Prabhu, keno Gadādhara, ami ki na hoy nimantraner bhitor. Lord Chaitanya then smiled and asked, Oh Gadādhara, why Gadādhara? Keno Gadādhara? Why Gadādhara? Ami ki na hoy nimantraner bhitor? Am I not included on your invitation list? Ami to tomra dui hoite bhinna nai, na dile o tomra bolete ami loy. I am not different from either of you. Even if you don't offer me anything, I will take it by force. Na dile o tomra bolete ami loy. By my strength, by my power, I'll take it by force. Bolete ami loy. Nityananda dravya gopinater prasad, tomar randhana mor ite ache bhaga. I am certainly entitled to a share of the items brought by Nityananda, cooked by you, and relished by Gopinath. Gaudiya Bhashya. Okay. Kripa vakya shuni Nityananda Gadādhara, magna hoi len shuka sagar bhitor. When Nityananda and Gadādhara heard this merciful statement of the Lord, they both merged in an ocean of happiness. Santoshe prasada ani deva Gadādhara, tuilen Gaurachandra prabhur gochar. In great satisfaction, Śrī Gadādhara then brought the prasad and placed it before Lord Gaurachandra. Sarva tota vyapilek aner saugandhe, Bhakti kori Prabhu puna puna anna bandhe. The fragrance of the rice permeated the entire garden. In a devotional mood, Lord Gaurachandra repeatedly offered prayers to the rice. Prabhu bole tina bhaga samana koriya, bhunjibo prasad anna ekatre boshiya. Then the Lord said, divide this rice into 3 portions, and we will sit together and eat. Nityananda swaruper tanduler prite, boshilen Mahaprabhu bhojana korite. Being attracted by the rice brought by Nityananda Swarup, Mahaprabhu sat down to eat. Dui Prabhu bhojan koren dui pashe, santoshe ishwar anna vyanjana prashangshe. Gadādhara and Nityananda sat on either side of the Lord, who glorified the rice and the vegetable preparation. Prabhu bole e aner gande o sarvatha, Krishna bhakti hoy ite nahi ko anyatha. The Lord declared, the fragrance of this rice will without doubt bestow on one devotion to Krishna. Just the fragrance of the rice. Gadādhara ki tomar manohar paka, amito e moto kabu nahi khai shaka. Oh Gadādhara, what a wonderful cook you are. I have never tasted such shak before. And I mean, that's like literally Gadādhara is the best cook. That the quality of cooking came from Gadādhara Pandit, from Srimati Radhika. Who's a better cook than Srimati Radharani herself? Gadādhara ki tomar vichitra randan, tentul patrer koro, e moto vyanjan. Oh Gadādhara, your cooking is so amazing. Ki tomar vichitra randhan. You have made such a nice vegetable preparation with tamarind leaves. Bhujilaya vaikunte randhan koro tumi, tabe ar apanake lukao bakeni. I can understand that you cook in Vaikunta. So why are you hiding yourself? Gaudiya Bhashya. Shubhananda Prabhu says, the Mahaprasad is very delicious at Ṭoṭā-gopīnātha. Yes, I've taken prasad there many times. Yeah, very nice prasad there. Gaudiya Bhashya. The daughter of Śrī Vrishabhanu cooks for Krishna. Since Śrī Gadādhara Pandit displayed expertise in cooking offerings for Śrī Gopīnātha, Gaurasundara understood who he actually was and identified him as a cook of Vaikunta. But he actually knew that the daughter of Vrishabhanu cooks for Krishna, and that's none other than Gadādhara Pandit Goswami. E mata santoshete hasya parihase bhojan korentin prabhu prema rase. As the three Prabhus laughed and joked in this way, they relished the mellows of ecstatic love as they ate in satisfaction. Such a beautiful verse. Let's say it again. E mata santoshete hasya parihase bhojan korentin prabhu prema rase. E tin janer priti e tine she jane Gaura Chandra jhat na ko kohen karostane. The affection shared between these three is known only to them. Gaurachandra would generally not discuss this with anyone else. Koto khane prabhu shab koriya bhojan cholilen patra luta koilo bhaktagan. After finishing their meal, they got up and left. The devotees then snatched their remnants. Luto, they plundered it. Luta koilo. E ananda bhojana je pore E ananda bhojan je pore bashune Krishna bhakti hoy Krishna paye she jane. Whoever hears or reads about these blissful eating pastimes achieves Krishna and his devotional service. Jai Haribo. Gadādhara shubha drishti koren jahare she janite pare Nityananda swarupere. Whoever receives the merciful glance of Gadādhara can know Nityananda Swarup. Nityananda Swarupo jahare pritamane lawayen Gadādhara jane she jane. And whoever pleases Nityananda can know Śrī Gadādhara. Wow, these are such beautiful verses. Let's say these two together. Gadādhara shubha drishti koren jahare she janite pare Nityananda Swarupere. Nityananda Swarupo jahare pritamane lawayen Gadādhara jane she jane. Heno mate Nityananda Prabhu Nīlācale viharen Gaura Chandra shange kutuhale. In this way, Nityananda Prabhu happily enjoyed pastimes with Gaurachandra and Nīlācala. Tena jan ekatra thake nirantar Śrī Krishna Caitanya Nityananda Gadādhara. In Nīlācala, these three, Śrī Krishna Caitanya, Nityananda, and Gadādhara, would always stay together. Jagannātha ekatra dekhentin jane Anande vivala shabe matra sankirtane. Together, they would visit the temple of Lord Jagannātha and become overwhelmed with ecstatic love while performing Sankirtan. Śrī Krishna Caitanya Nityananda Chanda Jana Vrindavana Dasa Tachu Padaju Gegan. Accepting Śrī Caitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their lotus feet. Thus ends the English translation of the Gaudiya Bhashya of Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata, Antya-khaṇḍa, Chapter 7, entitled Pastimes in Śrī Gadādhara's Garden. Jai! Isn't that such a beautiful chapter? That I think this is my favorite, one of my favorite sections of Caitanya-bhāgavata, definitely. Yeah, it's just so unique. I'm just looking at the comments, 1 second. Rukmini Didi saying, maybe it's Govinda Bhog rice. Yeah, Govinda Bhog rice. Govinda Bhog rice is so nice. It's like little tiny, it's very small and fine, and can't explain it, but it's really nice. That's what they offer in our mat, in Keshavji Gaudiya mat here in Navadvīpa. They offer Govinda Bhog rice to Thakurji every day. And they cook ordinary rice for everybody else, but then just for Thakurji, they make Govinda Bhog rice. And then she said, I think the tamarind sour vegetable preparation might be different from the wild shak one. Oh, maybe. Maybe there was a separate shak one and then a separate, tamarind leaves with salt water. So interesting, huh? And then, oh no, she said, oh, I see. It is one vegetable preparation. Okay, it was one vegetable preparation. Okay. So it is now 8:30. This is the time we end our program. I'm feeling inspired right now. For anybody who wants to stay, though, I'm going to sing 2 songs. I'll sing Haha Kabe, what is it? Haha Kabe Gora Nitai and Haha Mor Gora Kishore. One about Gaura Nitai and one about Gaur Gadādhara. And they're both very similar songs. You'll see. If anybody wants to stay, you can stay. And we're going to sing that now. I think it's appropriate for this reading. But yeah, if you have to go, I totally understand. I know we're going overtime now. So Dandavat pranams if you're leaving now. Haribol. Okay, so I'm just opening up. Big text. Gaudiya Giti Kucha. Okay, 1 second. Just getting the mridanga. Okay. Kind of like standing up and doing this, but let's see. Actually, it'd be more convenient to sit down now, but whatever. 1 second. Sorry, I'm just moving this so that I can stand next to the screen. Okay, there. That's perfect. All right. Sharing my screen. Haha Kabe Gaura Nitai. Oops. What the heck is going on? It's not letting me type. My computer is acting really weird. Haha Kabe. There. Okay, there. Alas, alas. When will the 2 brothers, Gaur Nitai, bestow their abundant mercy upon this most fallen person and show themselves to him? By the power of their mercy, I shall see the transcendental splendor of Raj in Navadvīpa. I shall behold the enchanting Ananda Sukada Kunj with greedy eyes. Near to Ananda Sukada Kunj is Śrī Lalita Kund, surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of bejeweled sitting places, where Shri Radha Krishna expands the incessant revelry of their pastimes. All of their sakis are there to assist in these pastimes, realizing the joy of rendering various kinds of seva. This maidservant is also present, running here and there to carry out her duties on the order of her saki. Stringing a garland of malati flowers, I shall bring it and place it in the hands of my saki. She will place it around the necks of Shri Radha Krishna, and I shall dance filled with ecstasy. Nachibo Ananda Bhore. Isn't it such a beautiful kirtan? Yeah. Aha ha, aha ha kabe Gaura Nitai, e patita jane oru kripa kori dekha dibe duti bhai duhu kripa bole Navadvīpa dhame dekhibo brajera shobha Ananda Sukhada Kunja Manohar Heribo Nayana Loba Tahara Nikate Śrī Lalita Kunda Ratna Vedi Koto Shata Jata Radha Krishna Lila Vistariya Biharen Avirata Saki Gana Jata Lila Rasahai Nana Seva Sukha Pai Edasi Tathai Sakiraya Gyate Karje iti uti dhai Malak tir mala Ganti ayani bo Dibo tabe sakhi kore Radha Krishna gole Sakhi poraibe Nachibo ananda bore Oh, Nachibo Ananda Bore Oh, ha ha kobe Gauranitai E patita jane Uru kripa kori Dekha dibe duti bhai Ha ha kobe Now the next song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also. This is all from Kalyana Kalpataru. O my youthful Gaur, when will you mercifully reveal yourself to me in the forest of Godrum, O thief of hearts? You are situated inside Ananda Sukhada Kunj with Śrī Gadādhara Pandit at your left. With a golden luster and curly hair, you wear the fine dress of a dancer. As I gaze upon you, Shri Shri Radha Madhav will appear and brilliantly illuminate the scene. Accompanied by all their sakis, they will dance with enchanting garlands adorning their necks. Ananga Manjari, feeling compassion, will take this maidservant by the hand and lovingly offer me to the divine couple. I shall then behold their sweetness to the full satisfaction of my eyes. Isn't that such a beautiful... First he's having darshan of Gadādhara Pandit, and then all of a sudden, Śrī Radha Madhav appear and brilliantly illuminate the scene as he's looking at Gadādhara Pandit. Then all of a sudden, Śrī Radha Madhav, Rupite Koribe Ala, accompanied by all the sakis. Okay, so we'll sing this and then we'll end for today. Oh ha ha mor Gaura Kishore Kabe doya kori Śrī Godruma pane Dekha dibe mana chor Ha ha mor Gaura Kishore Ananda Sukhada Kunjer Bhitare Gadādhare Pame Kori Kanchana Varana Chanchara Chikora Natana Suvesha Dhori Dekhite Dekhite Śrī Radha Madhava Rupete Koribe Ala O Saki Gana Sange Koribe Natana Galete Mohana Mala Ananga Manjari Sadaya Hoya Edasi Korete Dhori Duhe Nivedibe Duhara madhuri heribo nayana bhori duhe nivedibe Duhara madhuri heribo nayana bhori heribo nayana bhori Ahamon Gora Kishora Kabe daya kori Shri Godruma bane Dekha dibe manar chora Ahamon Gora Kishora Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaur Gadādhar Jaya Gaur Gadādhar Gaur Gadādhar Jaya Gaur Gadādhar Jaya Gopīnātha Jaya Gopīnātha Gopīnātha Radha Gopīnātha Radha Gopīnātha Gopīnātha Radha Gopīnātha Radha Gopīnātha Jaya Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti Vinod Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti Vinod Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Shri Gaur Nitai Gadādhar ki Jai Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai Shri Ṭoṭā-gopīnātha Shri Gopinath ki Jai Jai Shri sorry. I'll just do a short Jaidwani because we're way past time. Jai Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Jai Srila Param Gurudev ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Rupa Nugauriya Guru Varga ki Jai, Swaparshad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna, all the Swaparshad Shri Gaur Nityananda and Gadādhara Pandit ki Jai, Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Jai Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai, Abhinna Vrindavan Shri Navadvīpa Dham ki Jai, Shri Kshetra Mandal Ṭoṭā-gopīnātha ki Jai, Shri Kshetra Mandal ki Jai, Ṭoṭā-gopīnātha ki Jai. The pastimes between the three Prabhus, Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu, and Gadādhara Prabhu, they're sitting on either side of Mahaprabhu, right, when they're relishing rice. Jai, Shri, Jai, pastimes at Ṭoṭā-gopīnātha ki Jai, Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata ki Jai, Jai Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai, the Gaudiya Bhashya of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Śrī Nityānanda Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Vo Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat Pranams, Shubhananda Prabhu and Champak Mataji. I saw ISKCON Bhubaneswar came in the Zoom for a little while, but they left though. And let's see, on YouTube and Facebook, I'm just looking. Raseshwari Mataji, Rasapriya Didi, Kishore Prabhu, Rukmini Didi. Who else? Sharmaji, Wandrea Herza, and yeah, all devotees. And there's many other devotees, but I only see those devotees who comments. Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much for joining. Jai Ṭoṭā-gopīnātha. All right, so tomorrow, well, actually, let's see. The calendar. Let's see. The day after tomorrow is the centennial Vyas Puja of Srila Bhakti Bhagavad Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. So I have to check out our schedule because if there's enough time, maybe we could do 3 days of program for Srila Bhakti Bhagavad Tirtha Goswami Maharaj in honor of him. I have to see how many more days of readings we have, because we're going to finish our Caitanya-bhāgavata reading on Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur's disappearance day. And so I'm just going to calculate it. And if there's enough time, then we can have 3 days of reading and also glorifications of Srila Bhakti Bhagavad Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. There's a book by Prahlad Prabhu. I think, what's his name now? I think it's is it Paramarthi Maharaj now? No, no. It's called, I forgot his name. No, it's not Paramarthi Maharaj. It's Paramadvaiti Maharaj, I think. Yeah, Paramadvaiti Maharaj. So he wrote a beautiful book, Sweet, Sweeter, and Sweetest, so we can read from that book. And then if Rukmini Didi and if Rup Manjari Didi and Mahalakshmi or any other disciples of his wants to glorify Srila Bhakti Bhagavad Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, so there'll be space open to them for them to do that. So yeah, once I figure out the program, then yeah, tomorrow we might be starting for Srila Bhakti Bhagavad Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. All right, thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe. Haribo, Madan Gopal Prabhu, Hare Krishna, and Kishore Prabhu, Dandavat pranams. Okay, Kishore says it's Bhakti Suhrid Paramadvaiti Maharaj. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, Dandavat pranams. See you.